All right, hi guys. We're here with Megan and Oakley. He's a 5-year-old,
Yep.
off the track thoroughbred, and we have a little bit of our trailer loading problem here. So Oakley, from the couple minutes I've seen him here, is a real sweetheart, right? You can see he's kind of a lover, and he's a real softie. So what a lot of times, as I often say, people have problems loading their horses is because we just don't really have a plan, right? And because we don't have a plan, then that causes us to kind of question what we're doing, and because of that, the horse is always questioning what we're asking. So what we're going to do here is we're going to see how Oakley is loading, and then we're going to see what we can maybe clean up and make this a real viable option. So if you would, Megan, go ahead and load him on the trailer here, or attempt to anyways. Okay, give him one more, give him another try here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so he really doesn't want any part of this forward. So that's good. If I can take over for a second. So what I am gonna work on here is, as you can see, I have my 4-foot long training stick. And guys, you know, in this, if we have to beat our horse on the trailer, things just aren't working. And all the other methods, you know, I'm sure everybody's heard them and seen them, and that is the rope around the butt, the bribing them with treats and grains, all that stuff. It just really doesn't work. So what I want him to think is that, and when you break this down, there's no logical reason why this horse would walk on any trailer. That's with any horse, because it's, you know, it's a claustrophobic type thing. It's rather uncomfortable, probably bouncing down on these bumpy roads and whatever. So, but it still is something that's easy enough to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to extend our hand basically with this stick, and this hip right here on the same side is what we're going to use as our reinforcement. And where Oakley is stalling out is on that forward cue, right? You know, a couple times you pulled on that halter and he just kind of pulls back. And Megan and Eve had mentioned to me earlier that once in a while he'll rear up when we ask that, right? And that's not an uncommon thing, that happens. But I want him to just understand that I'm gonna ask real softly, we're gonna ask real calmly, and then we're gonna back that up with our stick. So I'm first gonna point, and I'm trying to install our forward cue, if you will. So I'm gonna point, nothing happens, right? So then we're gonna kiss. You know what, even the other way, and then I'm gonna tap. Now I'm gonna tap, 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 until he moves forward, and then we're gonna release that tap, right? And he's kind of still going sideways, but we'll see where this can go. Hey, we're gaining, right? And my plan with this, Megan, is to always work our aids out of a job. I don't want to carry this forever, okay? I don't want you to have this forever. I want him to load without it. But to get there, sometimes we need our aids. So we'll ask again. We've got to get this forward cue a little bit better. So he's starting to figure out. There we go. So as long as he's going to respond to this, we're going to gain here. There we go. So it's similar, right, to my lunging technique, but the same concept is still going to apply. Step up. And if he steps up, we'll leave him alone. So with this, Megan, do you typically walk him on the trailer, or do you send him on? What's your preference?
I usually walk.
Okay. So whatever your preference is, I want you to be able to do both.
Yeah, I'd like him to learn how to.
Okay. So she'd like him to learn to self-load, and that's really my preferred method anyways. But again, you should be able to do either. So we're going to point to where I want him to go. We want him to back up. When he steps forward, we'll release. Okay? Now, he's not showing any outward signs of fear, or, you know, he's certainly not aggressive by any means. But he's just not really sold on the idea he needs to get on. So we'll ask again. We're gaining here, right? Sure. We'll ask again. Now what he's just trying to do there is coming through this space. That's not an uncommon thing. but that's not gonna work. So I had to block that spot. So we're gonna get, Megan's got a cone here to hold that door open. We certainly don't want to do anything that's gonna catch his legs. There, okay. So we'll ask him again. Ask first for the point. Now, he's doing something horses very commonly do, and that's get all kittywampus here and get all turned. Guys, I don't worry about that. If they get themselves all turned around there, that's their problem. They're gonna have to fix it. I'm gonna stay in the same spot. So, but this does put a little bit more pressure on here to block this gap here. So if he steps up, I'll release that pressure. But notice he's thinking about everything other than putting his head and certainly body in that trailer. So we'll ask again. He got closer. Certainly not there yet. Now he's starting to wander back and forth, and his thoughts actually even went in for a second. So this is the pressure and release part of this is really what's going to come into play. Right? We use pressure to teach, but it's not actually the pressure they learn from. It's the release of the pressure. So there, we didn't need to stick. Now he's starting to square himself up, right? Because he's figuring out that's not getting him anywhere. Now we can see, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, he's licking and chewing, which tells us he's thinking. We're gaining, right? Ask again. Hey, there we go. Now he went kittywampus, so I am gonna, there's a little bit of, he didn't like that, he kind of kicked out. It's all right, that's why we're in good position and nobody's in danger here, right? But I want him to learn that that's not gonna get him anywhere. It's just a waste of energy. Okay, we're gaining. He backs off. So at this point, I'm gonna ask for forward motion when one of two things happens. Either he intentionally backs away or his attention leaves the trailer. When either one of those two happens, that's when I'm gonna ask him to go forward again, okay? So I'd like him to get there. That's his best effort so far today, okay? So we release that pressure. I'm just watching his body. Is he nervous? Maybe slightly nervous. He's not really scared though, right? Okay, so there he's thinking, but he got a little kittywampus, so I'm blocking that head. I can't have him coming through our space. That's how people get hurt, right? That's not gonna work. So, got that hip tint there. We'll release when he's straight again. Because, you know, he certainly can't load in that spot if he's way over against the door. There, we release. If he kicks out, nope, that's not gonna work. Only when he's thinking up here. So obviously there, and he looked away, so we're gonna ask again. Positioning is pretty crucial here, right? Because he didn't really appreciate that. And that's just him working through. And, you know, in a lot of cases when horses are rearing up, like you mentioned, that's because we're pulling on them, we're hoping, we're pleading, basically begging, right, to get on. And it can cause them, if our release is off, if when we pull, they start to brace and we release the pressure, that's actually a learned behavior, right? So, okay, now the pressure, he's starting to realize the pressure goes away when he's not in it, right? But his head is, so he's gaining. Whatever we do, whatever we release the pressure on, they'll come back to. So if he was kicking out or going to rear up or whatever, if we release the pressure, then they'll do again, right? We don't want to reward that. So when he's thinking in the trailer, pressure will go away. So now we went to back up. We'll ask for forward again. He goes back harder, so that's when we bring the stick in. And again, guys, this is not a beating that horse on, it's a tap. Applying pressure. When he moves up, the pressure goes away. No, you gotta stand. There. Release that pressure when he steps up. He's getting kittywampus, so no, watch that. That shoulder got a little close. Where that shoulder goes, their feet follow, and I sure don't want to get stepped on, so that's not gonna work, buddy. We're gonna start applying a little bit. We're gonna ask him for a little bit more here. He's got to make a better effort there. Move up. He's got the trailer poops. They all do that at the trailer. Okay. Go ahead and push him right over there, Megan, if you... Clean up, aisle 5. All right, here we go, back at it. Yeah, so he went through some real conscious thought there. He kind of lowered his butt like he might kick out, and he came around like he tried that option, and he worked through all that, and then he made the forward step, and that's when we release the pressure, right? Whatever they're doing, the moment we release the pressure, they're coming back to. They'll do it again. So there, he sniffed it. We'll take that. There, he's starting to figure out this position again. So this horse obviously has been loaded on a trailer. This horse has been, he was a racehorse. He went to different tracks, I'm sure. He's gone to different places. It's just, you know, he just doesn't really want to. I don't see any signs really of fear of this horse. He certainly has never been in a wreck, anything like that. So it's really a common case of the horse. And these bumper pull trailers are some of the hardest to load into. They just are, but they can still learn. That's not going to work because he's tipped. No, watch their head, buddy. There. He found some hay. So he's thinking, you know, if he was nervous and scared, he certainly wouldn't go to eat. We're asking for more. Nope, that's not going to work. Get straight. He's almost thinking of putting those front feet in. Not quite there yet. But he is gaining. It's inches, right? It's minor, but he's gaining. Now, some of our horses, and this is as this situation changes, we have to keep evaluating this in different ways, right? So some horses will just stand there with their head in the trailer all day long. And obviously we can't go anywhere with that. So as we're processing through, our standard of what we're asking him to do now will start to get a little bit higher, like we're going up through the grade levels. So he's calm, he's relaxed here, he's not trying to back away, he's a quick learner, he's figuring that out. Until I said something. So we'll put that, we'll start asking for a little bit more. There, he went to lift this left front foot up. He sure didn't make a big effort, but it is a start. Eating more hay. Take him up through, we're probably getting to second or third grade now. Look, he's looking for ways out. Nope, the only way you'll get out of the pressure, Oakley, is to move up. There, that's his best effort now yet, is moving that left foot up. The knee bumped the back bumper here. So, he's taking this chance to eat some takeout, eat more hay. Nope, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, buddy. And this is why I prefer not to pull on a halter in that situation, but instead send him forward with a stick, because he probably would have reared up if we had pulled on him there. Tap, 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 right? It's not about, I basically just want to put the pressure on this horse to where it's not certainly hurting him. It's just almost an annoyance to where he goes, no, okay, I don't really like that. So I'll find another answer, and then when he does, we release the pressure. Okay. Try it again. Man, you gotta keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. We're going up through the next grade here. He's actually got to make a better effort now. Pressure's not going to go away until he makes a better effort. And obviously positioning is a big deal here, especially that horse that might want to kick out. There. So the shoulder is gaining. I don't think the camera can pick this up, but we're gaining inches here. It's not exponential improvement, but he's starting to think that this is going to be a better spot. And this is kind of the key thing where a lot of people wrestle with at this point is how much pressure do I put on that horse, right? As far as there, he's looking out, so now we know more. Ask for more. He's thought about it. He sure didn't fully engage to that, but he did think about forward versus backing out. So I'll take that at this point. You gotta try harder here, but Oakley. Nope. 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 Pressure goes away when he's thinking about the trailer. Say, Goose. Bumped his head on there. So he's licking and chewing. That means he's thinking, right? When a horse licks and chews, it's like the downloading symbol on the computer. The information is he's figuring that out. He's processing it. Now he's starting to lean, which you had described to me earlier, where he gets to that trailer and just leans and leans. So, right, right, like a circus horse. So, we'll keep on it. Ask him, he's got to keep trying a little bit harder. Tap, 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 tap. You gotta try harder, Oakley. The pressure doesn't go there. The pressure doesn't go away unless you're thinking about the trailer. What do you think there, buddy? What do you think there, buddy? I know the camera can't see this right now, but he is licking and chewing. He is thinking about this. And we know he's relaxed if he's licking and chewing. Rub him all over. Ask again. You gotta make a bigger effort here now. There, that's the biggest one I've seen him. He actually made contact with the floorboard with his knee. You're all right, buddy. You're all right. We gotta try a little harder there, Oakley. Now he's starting to think about it. He might be one of those loaders that just waits and waits and waits and all of a sudden hops on. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But sometimes they'll do that. We're gonna ask for a little more. He tied his record right there, but he needs to beat it. Come on, you gotta try a little harder here, buddy. He knows what he should do. There. He took that right leg was the first time that he's backing up, so we'll ask again. But as I was saying, that right leg that time was the first time he moved that one. We're putting a little bit more pressure on it, and he just assumed coast on this. Come on, he knows what he's supposed to do. There, he's leaning. He's leaning. There's that circus horse lean. But it's important once in a while to release that pressure when they are reminded, keep that nose in. But he has to at least be tying his record before I'm going to do that. And I prefer he breaks it. What do you think there, buddy? Hey, there we go. Now that was just on the verbal and there was no tap there. So the reason I like that, right, is I don't always want to have to use the stick. We want to work the stick out of a job. We'll ask again. Nope, didn't quite stay with it, so. Come on, you gotta keep trying here, buddy. There. New record, right? It's not exponential improvement, but it's a little bit. So as long as we know he understands the concept, that's clear. He's just not sold on that he needs to do it yet. So we're gaining. Take that, ask him. Okay, that was both feet. It was right and then the left. Wasn't great, but he's getting there. What do you think, buddy? We'll ask again. All right, I'll take that. What do you think there, buddy? What do you think? You're all right. Okay, right foot staying up a little bit longer, you know, and sometimes it's just a patience game. The more we get in a hurry, and especially with trailer loading, the more we get in a hurry and we rush this process and we try to get them on quick and slam the doors quick, the more people get hurt, the more horses get hurt, and the more anxiety that brings to the horse, and we want to avoid all of that. So we're just slowing it down and teaching him long-term the process. We'll ask again here. Come on, come on. We'll let him go there. The back feet stepped up, but he's to that point and he's gonna have to commit with those front feet before any more progress is gonna happen. There, he's already done that, but he needs to try a little harder here. Take that, right? There's a new record. Oh my goodness, that was hard, wasn't it? Whew, whew, that was hard. So now when he looks away and his attention leaves the trailer, that's when I'm gonna ask for more. If he stays, no, not gonna wear that shoulder. That's where, there, I'll leave him there. Now when he backs off, that's when I'll ask for more. If he stays up there with those front feet, we'll leave him be. Staying there a little longer and coming off a little slower, right? So he's figuring this out. Again, he knows what he's supposed to do. There. Come on now. Nope, that's not gonna work. Tap that shoulder till it moves over. There. Okay, so now you can tell he's mentally getting engaged to this process, right? He's like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. Right there, that shoulder. I'm gonna start nitpicking that because I don't want you to wear him ever in the future, right? It's not gonna do him any good. There, that was on the verbal. Again. And he wants you to buy more shavings. But now, and he's got a little bit of anxiety here. There's a shaking a little bit, right? And that's okay, I don't mind that. But I wanna help him work through that anxiety and that nervousness. Right, nope, now let's clean up aisle 4. Trailer poops. So at this point, while there's still anxiety here, I'm gonna leave him on. Yep, as long as he's, we'll leave him alone as long as he's here so he can be reminded this trailer is actually where all pressure goes away. If he backs off, then he's starting to figure out he's making himself, more pressure is coming when he backs off. You forgot about that for a second, so there. I always say, guys, one of my sayings is everything we're doing with a horse, it'll take as long as it takes. But by slowing down, sometimes you're actually gaining more momentum and more progress by slowing it down. There. And I don't, come on, shoulder, nope. There's his new record, right? It's 3 feet. Now he's wrestling with some choices. He thought about going forward some more. No. He thought about going forward some more, but he didn't stick with that thought. Then he came right back off. That was... Okay, now he's shaking, right? He's nervous. Not so nervous that he can't eat hay, but there's a little bit of just body shakes. And we'll just leave him be here. So whether, you know, the hay, guys, wasn't intentionally put in there as far as for this video, it was just kind of already in the front of the trailer. And that's fine, whether he eats that or not, but I'm big on, you can't bribe a horse to get on a trailer. It doesn't work. Might work with a baby one time, but then they figure that out pretty quick. So now look, he's wrestling with some thoughts here. He's trying to figure out turning around, all that stuff. As long as we stay in a safe position, if he does that, right, he causes his own anxiety. He's learning to manage his own thoughts. Up on the trailer, good. I'm not gonna make him get on, guys. This is where people get jammed up. In this type of situation, we go, oh my goodness, what's happening? And they start getting in a rush, they panic. That causes the horse to panic. And when we do things quickly, we're never going to do them as accurately. And this is where fingers get jammed and people get hurt and horses bang their heads. And the vet bills come and the ER visits. Oh my goodness, buddy. So guys, this, you know, sometimes this stuff will happen. He pulled the insulation off of the butt bar, the padding. Oh my goodness. But he did that, right? We're staying in a safe position. Oh my goodness. So we'll ask him again. In fact, what I'm gonna do in this case, because I'm gonna actually move his feet out here a little bit, because I want him to think that the trailer, change directions, I want him to think that the trailer is actually the easier place to be. Out here where he wants to be right now, I wanna switch that around and change that draw up into the trailer. So it's not about sending him in circles till he's tired. We'll work on some direction changes. We'll just make these feet hustle. Okay, we'll try it again. And when he's on the trailer, he can catch his breath. We certainly didn't make him move enough to, you know, be out of breath, but it's enough to get him thinking that way. Blowing out shenanigans.
That's part of the technique. Dust triggers it.
What do you think there, buddy? So now, again, he's wrestling with thought and he's learning to manage his own emotions and his own fears and anxieties, and it's working through that. What do you think there, buddy? So we can't make him stay up in the trailer, right? And it would be foolish to try. Honestly, it would be foolish to try to get this bumper here and then force him in quick, or in some cases people will have him quick tie him up in the front, and again, that's just how people get hurt. So now when he wants to stay on this trailer, or is really thinking about it, that's when we'll start teaching him his exit, okay? So I'm gonna ask him to back up. Now what can happen in this case, guys, sometimes the horses wanna turn around and whatever, and I don't know, I haven't asked him that yet. But if that's the case, and if they're really turning it hard around, I can actually touch him on the side of the face and straighten that back out, okay? But we'll see what happens. I'm gonna give him a verbal back, And I'm also going to give him a little bump with that rope, okay? And I want to work this out so that we can move 1 foot at a time individually. Backing off should not be a one big quick motion. That's, again, how people get hurt. Working on the trailer should be no different than our groundwork on the ground. We can move him forward, we can back him up 1 step at a time, okay? So, back, 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 there. And, okay. And he knows the word back, so which is, you know, why we do our groundwork ahead of time. Back, 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 back. He's looking at me, bending around here. Back, back, back. Whoa. Good. So I got a little bit of anxiety, shaking a little bit. And as he learns what we're expecting of him, that'll start to really go away quickly. Back, back, whoa. Okay, so we wanted to come off the trailer quick. We're going to, bonked right above his eye here a little bit, that right eye. But when he wanted to come off quickly, that's when we're going to move those feet around. Because he's thinking, nope. He's thinking that by coming off that trailer, all his problems will go away. Come on. So we'll move those feet a little bit. Send them back on. There, I want to work this stick out of a job. So I gave him that verbal. He didn't quite respond, so there. So we did need to use the stick to reinforce it. But he's gaining. He's getting there. I think they're Oakley. You're all right, buddy. We're letting him, the longer we let him sit here, the longer that soaks in. That idea of be in the trailer, pressure and anxiety can go away. Back, we'll ask him to come off 1. Good. Good. Again, we want this to be 1 step at a time, or any combination that you so desire. You know, sometimes they step on the lead rope or something when we're doing this, or who knows, we forgot to do something up there. So we want to be able to make this a easy to manage situation. Back, 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 back. We'll ask for a couple more. What he starts to really kind of panic himself is when those back feet are about to come off the trailer. So guys, here's what I do to help him out in that. For backing up, I'll oftentimes back, back, back. And I'll change the cadence and tone right when they're about to step down. I'll change my wording from back, back to step, step, so they know it's there. Back, back, right when he's about to step off. Back, 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 step, step, step. Good. Oh, love that, love that. Okay, so ask him to step back up. That was good. He's eating hay, so he's not that worried, right? Back him up. Again, back, 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 back. Step, 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 step. Love that. So that's what I like to start seeing, where they'll back off part ways, but it's not flying back. And the more they fly back, guys, the only way that you can work through that is to teach them to actually go forward. And that sounds kind of ironic and you know, backwards, but if they don't respect the forward cue, when they go to that backwards, we're gonna have a problem. So we really have to reinforce that forward mindset. He's starting to sweat and right, little bit of perspiration here. That never hurt anybody. Back, step, good boy. All right. So move these feet around just a little bit. I really want to reinforce this idea that, hey buddy, if you go in the trailer, you can relax. If you stay out here, he almost tried coming through that corner. It was almost a little late on my timing. Okay. So from here, guys, I'm going to practice this as if it was real, okay? So I'll throw the rope up over his back. Here's why I like to do that, guys. If until we get that horse all settled in, Megan, if we throw the rope up over his back, should he go to back off, I know where to find it, right? And it's always in that same spot. So from here, I want to be intentional about what I do. I don't want to be like a stalking lion trying to sneak through here. I want to actually make some noises intentionally. If you're nervous about your horse kicking, of course we have some other groundwork we need to work through before we come back here. But I want to shake this stuff around a little. Again, if he was to back off, I know where I'm going to find that rope, right? And I don't want to cram him in there and get him tied in quick, hoping that it'll keep him on. That creates a wreck. So we'll come in here and we'll make some noise, right? Again, I don't want to be that stalking lion. I want to be intentional about what we're doing. Okay, he's not nervous about this and he's not scared. So, Megan. Once
he loads great, but like it's just getting in.
It's just getting in, right, exactly. So, why don't you go ahead and unload him, and I'm going to have you load him a couple times. Make sure that you've got this pretty good. Okay, talk to him. There you go. And I want you to take one step, stop. Good. One more step and stop. Talk to him, back until he does it. Good. Whoa. Good. So what's he telling you right now, Megan? Through his body, what's he telling you? A little nervous. Yeah, maybe not sure what's expected, right? So just be clear to him in what you really expect.
Back up.
Good.
Good boy.
Good. Okay, now he's about to step down, so change your wording, cadence, whatever, so he knows there's a difference. Good. Give him a little bump with that rope. He's not really sure what it, no, as far as, I'm sorry, up on that halter so that he's, remembers to step back. There you go. That kind of surprised him. Good. Okay. So, Megan, what I want you to do is just walk him around over here, and then I want you to load him up, okay? Here, let's switch out here.
Step.
There you go. Okay. Now, right here, this isn't wrong. It's not bad, but it's just not going to work, right? So, what? Good. Kiss first. Good. And then you didn't need to stick. That's what we're looking for. That's what we want to start putting really in place, right? So that he just steps up with the verbal, so you don't have to use that stick. Again, guys, we want to work our stick out of a job. We don't want to have it there. But for the next couple times, I would have something, whether you have one of these fiberglass training sticks or even a tree limb, but something that will make your arm longer and its effective reach, okay? So let's do this one more time. Let's get just the hind feet off the trailer, leave the fronts on.
Back. Good. Step.
Good, he's not sure, he's a little bit nervous. So really give him, you're all right, just stay with it. He'll find it, he's just not totally sure what you want. So Megan, this is a great example of, I don't want you to change your approach because you're thinking this isn't working. Because if you keep changing your plan, the horse is always trying to figure out what the plan is, but they can't because the plan's always changing, right? And that starts to unravel. So have your plan and then stick to it. You're doing fine. Yep. Good. Whoa, whoa. So send him up. Good, good, good. So, right, again, it's another reminder. That is opportunity to practice this one more time to where he came off and he was like, oh, no, I'm supposed to go back on. And when I go on, pressure goes away. And that's exactly what we want him to think. Hey, you'll come off that trailer. We're not going to leave you there forever, but you need to wait for it.
Back. Back up. Back.
Good.
back,
Good. Stay with it.
Back.
Stay with it.
step, 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 step,
Good. That's all right.
step,
Opportunity to practice it again.
step.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Give him a good whoa. Pat him. Pat him. Good. He's just not sure, so just ask him to step back up again.
Step.
Whoa, easy. Good.
Boy.
So as you're easy, buddy. As you're moving forward with this and you're practicing with him, one step at a time. Okay, guys, really, I want anytime I'm working my horses, I want this to be a fluid situation, to where it's not all one run off, run on. It's slow and easy, all based on what we need and what we're asking for, right? So, all right, go ahead, back him off again.
Back. Back. Back.
Step. Oh, good.
Step. Go
Whoa,
boy, ho.
whoa, whoa. There. Good. So that's just really a communication thing as he's trying to figure this out, right? How much? I don't want to go too much, but I do want to move, and that's even part of the anxiety. What he's working through right now is he's trying, right? This horse is, again, he's a sweetheart. He's not a knucklehead. He just is working all this out. Let's go ahead and take him all the way off.
Step. Step. Step.
Very
Step.
nice.
Go boy, ho.
Good. Go up and pat him.
Ho.
Oh, awesome. So I want you to take him all the way off and then bring him back in, and I want you to load him as if you're going somewhere. So you'll close him up, close up the back, and just like you would. There you go. Throw that rope right up over his back. Perfect. Talk to him, let him know you're there. Okay, let's even, whatever you normally do. Okay, so at this point, guys, you could go up and tie your horse if you want. There's a lot of different debate on tying the horse, leave him loose, whatever. Whatever your preference is, whatever you're comfortable with. Now, what's he telling you in there, Megan?
He's looking around.
He's looking around, right. Calm, relaxed?
A little anxious.
A little anxious, yeah, and that's all right. I mean, he did bump his little head a little bit, but this long term will make him better. Okay, so Megan, go ahead and come back out. We'll unload him. Thinking, boy, that was a short trip. Okay, talk to him, let him know you're around. You know, there's a lot of blind spots when we're in a trailer, when they're in a trailer like this. So again, I don't want to sneak around. I want him to know where I'm at.
Back. Back. Back up. Back. Back.
Go ahead, stay with it.
Step. Step.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So, Megan, here's what I think is long term what I'd like to see you do. Okay. Practice this again, I don't know, tomorrow, the next day, even today would be fine again, but so that it just becomes second nature. Okay. Now, the next part with this, the next day or 2 weeks, whatever, he'll have a time where he comes back, likely, and he'll just go, what's the standard today? Okay. And you're going to have to really remind him, hey, buddy, you just get on that trailer, right? Nothing changed. I showed you the approach and the method with that, and it's just stay with it, okay? It's every horse at some point. The horse could have thousands of miles on a trailer. At some point, they're going to go, I don't feel like it today. And you'll just have to remind them, no, get on. So I would have something with you until you haven't needed it for a long time. Okay, and then you really work that out of a job. So I know you banged your head, you silly goose. So really with this, guys, trailer loading is a really important thing because we never know when we have to get them room medical attention, right? And they just have to get on the trailer. And realistically, we just have to take our horses places. We have to move them. And this is an important thing that really just might save their life someday in a medical emergency or whatever, right? So, Megan, do you have any questions?
No.
Comments, concerns on?
No.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so stay with it, and I think you're going to have a horse that just loves this idea. Guys, the same thing can work if you want to lead them on or not. My preference is to not lead them on in a trailer like this because I don't want to have to duck under the shoulder or the chest bars and do all that stuff. Either way is fine, whatever works for you. I just don't like to duck my 6-foot body underneath the one, so whatever you want to do. But this was Oakley and Megan, and thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this will help you out.